See, good morning. I'm very much thankful to Professor Major Shopanatagar. Was a NCC, worked in NCC more than 35 years in our Vijay College. Excellent and highly disciplined man. And majority of the students they become officers and they are serving in Indian Army, Navy, and Air Force. And in fact, still, though I don't call him as a retired man, he'll never read tired. He'll always tirelessly is working. And when I asked, see, a lot of retired teachers also helping us for doing this noble cause. The Career Guidance and Placement Cell is initiated by Dr. Govind and initiated by our principal H.S. Balakrishna and chaired by Dr. Govind as a chairperson. And it is only for economically and academically weaker section. And the program is what each one teach one. Like as I am only a compiler, I learn from others. I'll go and ask whatever the doubt I have, then I'll be compiling and doing it. In this process, I am also learning. It will be helpful. And if there is a technical mistake or concept mistakes, I hope the student or the listener will be take it in a casual way, get corrected. And here, the compiling is one of the laborious job. See this particular question, right? Oxidation and reduction, reducing agent, and molality, these type of concepts. Lot of questions are coming in the NEET and CET and different competitive exams. However, good experienced teachers also they find it difficult to explain something. Anyway, see what I advise now. All the students just go through the book several times and work out each and every every reactions and problems or either in physics or mathematics or all that. Once you go through that, in the examination it's easy to identify. In there you can't sit and work it out. That is just therefore what I tell is whenever even whatever the lessons we are doing is what only 10 or 15 minutes, 20 minutes, but it instigates you to do more. Sure. Therefore, to give one 10 minutes lecture, we have to prepare 3-4 hours. The same way, it is like a news reading or making a song or anything like that. I also advise you people to read in detail, explain to other students, and you make a video and send us. We will upload for you. And education is a free. It is an important thing. The only thing which you can give is what free education to anybody, right? And here one question has come: potassium iodide added to nitric acid. What will happen? What will happen? Don't know. Nothing happen in our head unless if we don't study. Here, the answer for this, when see nitric acid, and for the nitric acid, I am adding potassium iodide solution, right? What is this? Here the answer is nitric acid. I'll write it. What is nitric acid? See, there are two things. Dilute is there, concentrated HNO3. How to write the reaction? This is the very important thing. See, in HNO3 always give NO. NO means nitric oxide, whereas concentrated will give NO2, nitrogen peroxide. Nitrogen peroxide. It is reddish brown fume. Reddish brown fumes. See, nitrogen cycle you are going to get this one. See, during thunder and raining, what will happen? Nitrogen of air and oxygen of air combine to form nitric oxide with high temperature. This is endothermic reaction. And the nitric oxide immediately react with what oxygen form nitrogen peroxide. Nitrogen peroxide is a non-metal oxide, isn't it? Any non-metal oxide combined with water form acid, HNO3. Comes along with the rain, right? So that the acid react with what? salt form form a salt, nitrate, and so on. See how much is happening during the rainy season. Nitrogen and nitrogen sulfate and all that will come. That is a different story. Now here, what I know is, see, once I start nitric acid, nitrogen comes. This and all, it has to flash in your mind. You have to connect it. See, nitric acid, I'll say HNO3, nitric acid. When I write dilute acid, you write the partial equation. Water plus nitric oxide plus nascent oxygen. Now you balance it. 2 hydrogen, 2 hydrogen, 2 nitrogen, 2 nitrogen. Then 6. 6 now. Here 2 oxygen plus 1, 3. Out of 6 here you write 3 nascent oxygen. Can you follow? Now potassium iodide. Potassium iodide. See, potassium iodide or say sodium chloride, like this, no? Potassium, sodium chloride. See, potassium iodide, one salt, react with an acid, salt or react with acid. Sorry. Again, potassium iodide react with nitric acid, gives hydrogen iodide plus potassium nitrate. One acid, one salt. Why I can call? How can I call salt? This is what, instead of potassium, right? Sodium. Instead of iodine, you remember chloride. Sodium chloride, I know the salt. Sodium and potassium are similar. Therefore, potassium iodide is a salt actually. One salt, one acid gives another salt and another acid. See, hydrochloric acid is an acid. Hydrogen, chlorine, iodine are what? Halogens, is it not? This is also acid. Therefore, one acid, one salt give another acid plus another salt. Now, I remember in this way, I don't know how true is this. I also don't know. Some logic I apply. Therefore, here what happens? Potassium iodide, nitric acid, hydrogen iodide. I'll write it again properly for you. Here what? I'll rewrite it. 2HNO3. This is dilute. Use what? Water plus 2 nitric oxide plus 3 nascent oxygen. Then potassium iodide. React with again nitric acid. As I know, one salt, one acid with one salt, one acid gives another salt. That is what? Hydrogen iodide plus potassium nitrate. Now you know how to balance this one. Then again what? Hydrogen iodide. Immediately react with the nascent oxygen. Form what? Water and iodine. Right? The solution turns, see, this is they say the solution turns blue. See, it turns blue because of liberation of hydrogen. Here what happens? First you balance this here. Here 2 hydrogen, 2 hydrogen, 2 iodine, 2 iodine is balanced. Now 1 oxygen, here 3 oxygen. Therefore I multiply this with 3. So that 3 get cancelled, correct? Now potassium iodide, nitric acid, hydrogen iodide. You know, I remember one salt, one acid gives another acid plus another salt. Mentally I remember this. Now what you have to do? Here 2, your water molecules, 3 water molecules, potassium. Then I multiply this with the 6, right? 6. So that what happens? This one get cancelled. 8, 2, 3, 8 hydrogen. See, because here 2 3s are 6 now, look. 3 and 2. Hydrogen iodide. Why I multiply by 6 is important. 3 2s are 6. Here hydrogen iodide I want to cancel. Therefore, here hydrogen iodide, hydrogen cancelled. Okay. Now 8. Why 8? 6 plus 2, 8. Nitric acid plus potassium iodide is how much? 6 potassium iodide gives nascent oxygen is cancelled already. Then water molecules how much? 1 water molecule and 3 plus 1, 4 water molecule. Right? 4 water molecule plus nitric oxide how much? 2 nitric oxide plus 6 KMnO4. Sorry, KNO4. KNO3, sorry. 6 potassium nitrate plus 3 iodine. That means, what you have to write it? Nitric acid, HNO3, oxidizes potassium iodide solution to iodine. The solution, see the solution turns brown due to what? Due to liberation of iodine. Right? It's a very, very important. Remember, see, magnesium and manganese. See, this is for IIT or CET, the exam, with very dilute hydrochloric acid, what happens? Or HNO3 or H2SO4, any metal with dilute acid liberates what? Hydrogen. It liberates hydrogen. What about the noble metals? Noble metals such as gold, silver, platinum and all this, right? All this metal does not react with, it does not react with nitric acid at any concentration. That is important, right? At any concentration. But for this aqua regia and all, that we'll study again. Okay. See, I don't waste any paper, right? All waste paper, just wherever you feel the blank, use it for working it out. Okay. The next, hydrogen sulfide. Pass through concentrated HNO3. What happens? See, these are the questions in the NEET. They've asked you to test you whether you have studied the topic properly or not. And see here, concentrated HNO3. What will give? Water. See, I said already, dilute will give always what? Dilute gives nitric acid. Concentrated give nitrogen peroxide. Is it not? Concentrated give nitrogen. See, concentrated HNO3 plus nitrogen peroxide plus nascent oxygen. Now you balance it. 2 hydrogen, 2 hydrogen, 2 nitrogen, 2 nitrogen, 6 oxygen. How much? 4, 5, 6 oxygen. Right? Then what is hydrogen sulfide? Right? Hydrogen sulfide picks up this oxygen. Hydrogen sulfide is a rotten nitric smell. Do you remember? Then what? Water plus oxygen. That means nitric acid oxidizes hydrogen sulfide to water. So, to sulfur you have to say, sorry. Right? Sorry. That means, how to read this? Concentrated HNO3 precipitate, because sulfur is the precipitate. Precipitates sulfur from what? Hydrogen sulfide by oxidation. Otherwise, you can say hydrogen sulfide oxidizes to sulfur. This is also correct. Now coming back to this one, what I'll write? This one cancel. Hydrogen sulfide is the subject plus 2HNO3. If it is concentrated, see, if liberating nitrogen peroxide, it is understood as a concentrated. Is one water or two water? Only one water. Sorry, two water it comes. Two water molecules plus 2 nitrogen peroxide. Sulfur precipitate. This is what? Yellow color. Iodine is what? Brown. Remember? Iodine, what we did? Brown color. Now, what about this one? What is that? Concentrated nitric acid with zinc. Let us see what happens. Concentrated nitric acid, zinc ion. What is the valence of zinc and aluminum? Aluminum, I have done it or not. Just you go through that. What happens to the aluminum, iron, right? See, concentrated zinc, well, let us see what will happen. Concentrated HNO3. You want 2 nitric oxide. I have written whatever things I am writing it. Plus water, plus nascent oxygen, plus zinc. Zinc immediately react with oxygen form. Zinc oxide. Any metal oxide. Any metal oxide react with acid. Metal oxide plus acid gives what? Salt and water. Do you remember this? This is a basic equation. Then what is the salt you'll get? Zinc, nitrate. Nitrate valency 1, zinc valency is 2, plus water. Now, zinc oxide. So I'll rewrite it. Zinc oxide plus HNO3 gives zinc nitrate plus water. There are 2 nitrogen, 2 nitrogen, 2 nitrogen, 2 hydrogen, 2 hydrogen. Zinc, oxygen is 6, 2 3s are 6, plus 1, 7. 2 3s are 6 plus 7. Everything is there. Now what you have to do? Here what? Zinc oxide cancel. I'll write one zinc here plus 2 water, 2 nitric acid plus 2 nitric acid, 4 HNO3, 4 nitric acid plus zinc nitrate plus here 1 water, here 2 water. Is it 2 water? Here 1 water or 2 water? Here 1 water, 2 water, sorry, 2 water molecules plus 2 nitric acid. Reddish brown fumes. See, therefore, here what you have to write? They may ask you a reaction. A, B, C, D. C may be this reaction. But if you have worked it out, you can identify it. Therefore, better work it out like this. Okay? Another thing is what happens to the another question I have asked. What is aluminum and iron? See, iron, I remember, iron plus concentrated HNO3, what will get? It will become passive only, I will remember. The metal become passive, right? Here this is moderately strong, see, iron, but what happened this one? Iron plus nitric acid HNO3. What will get? See, you get ferric nitrate. Ferric nitrate. See, now this is a question I have to sit and work it out. See, this is moderately strong. This is what? Moderately strong. You want to write the reaction or you want me to do it again? Will you do it yourself like this? See, I'll tell you. For iron, how I do it. I remember this is a ferric, moderately. See, HNO3. since moderately concentrated, when I say moderately concentrated, I'll get nitric oxide, that is 2 nitric oxide, water plus oxygen, and iron immediately react with form oxygen of nascent oxygen form, ferric oxide, ferric is 3, oxide is 2. Then what? Ferric oxide react with again nitric acid, HNO3, form ferric nitrate plus water, right? This is what? Metal oxide plus acid gives salt and water. Do you remember this? Now you know how to balance it. Here 2, here 3. Now what about this? 2 iron, 2 iron, 2 hydrogen, 2 hydrogen. Nitrogen is how much? 2 3s are 6, 2 3s are 6. See, 2 nitrogen. Here how many? Therefore here we have to put something else. See, 2 3 6 you have to put it here. 3 2s are 6, no? Therefore 6HNO3. Right? 6HNO3. Correct. Now 6, is it correct? Ferrous ion. And oxygen, okay, 2 nitrogen plus water. 2 2. Oxygen, if you balance it, what? 18, 19, 20, 21. Here 9 2s are 18. Another 1 oxygen is there. Look, this is a problem, but see, please, you take time and work it out. And my time is limited. Okay, be perfectance. I remember around 6 or 8 HNO3, right? Nitrogen peroxide and ferric nitrate. Therefore, I ask you to do this. Please find out on your own. 6 or 8. That is more important. Okay? Just try. Okay? Now it is not that stuck up or something. Principle is same. Okay? But we'll sit and do it off because there is a lot of distractions are there. I will continue after some time. See now the brown ring test, no? A brown ring test. You have heard about that. See here, what is that brown ring test? Ferrous sulfate you take it. Right? The nitrate solution is treated with freshly prepared ferrous sulfate solution they call it. See, first I'll tell you what is this. Nitric acid. Dilute nitric acid. What will give? As you know, this is nitric oxide, water, plus 3 nascent oxygen, Correct? This we have done already, several times we have done. Then ferrous sulfate. See, a nitrate solution is treated with freshly prepared ferrous solution and concentrated sulfuric acid carefully added to the test tube like that and all you have done, right? You'll get a 2 layer at the junction. And do you remember that? We'll come up to that one. Now I'll do this problem. Ferrous sulfate, freshly prepared ferrous sulfate. That means ferrous sulfate plus H2SO4, sulfuric acid, in presence of this nascent oxygen. What happens? It oxidizes ferrous to ferric here. Ferric sulfate. Ferric sulfate. Ferric sulfate plus water. See, in the life, when you want to do something good, you'll get a lot of distraction, disturbance. Your concentration should be on this, what you want to do. Don't get distracted or anything from the outside or anywhere. Either you study the house or the park or an examination. This and all, God is testing you, your patience as well as your sincerity. Therefore, our external distractions, you should not get into your head. Now here, ferrous sulfate, this you got it, is it not here? Now, I multiply this what 3. See, is already balanced now. Is it balanced by 2? 2 ferrous, 2 ferrous, 2 sulfate, 2 3s are. Right? 2 ferrous, 2 ferrous, 2 sulfate. Now 3 sulfate is there, is it not? How to do this? Oh, 3 sulfate. Here 1 sulfate, 2 sulfate, here 3 sulfate is there, correct. See how the some advertisement outside or some distraction, it diverted my mind. This happens for everyone. See here 2 sulfate plus 1 sulfate, 3 sulfate. This is the same thing that happened for me here also. See, if I do it again, I will be getting back. Please try to do on your own once. Here what happens? Here it is getting, yes, it is balanced. 2 hydrogens, everything is balanced. And now I add this. Here 1 oxygen multiply by 3. Here 3 oxygen get cancelled. Now what? 6 ferrous sulfate. 2 3s are 6 FeS or ferrous sulfate. This is OUS. Ferrous OUS. That means sometimes they write 2. Okay. Plus 1 nitric acid. Sulfuric acid is there, no? That means 3 sulfuric acid. 3 H2 SO4 plus 2 nitric acid. See, 2 acids. Sometimes in the movie you get 2 heroes, no? It is like that. 2 heroes, they fight for 1 villain. Okay. The same way here what? 2 acids are coming here. Now 3 Fe2 SO4 thrice plus 3 water plus 1, 4 water plus nitric oxide. See what happened this nitric oxide again. This nitric acid I am not writing. Means separately I will write ferrous sulfate. Now this freshly prepared ferrous sulfate react with nitric oxide, form nitrosoferrous sulfate. This is called nitrosoferrous sulfate. It is a brown color. Brown color. When you heat it, when you shake it, what will happen? Heat it, it will come back. And it goes and combine with oxygen, form nitrogen peroxide, and it vanish. Now what you have to do? See, very simple. Take a test tube. See, you take any nitrated solution. This is what? Any nitrate solution. I want to find out nitrate is there or not. Take nitrate solution treated with freshly ferrous sulfate solution. This is what? This is freshly prepared ferrous sulfate solution. Right? Just to put it there. Then add concentrated H2SO4. See, ferrous sulfate, freshly prepared ferrous sulfate, you put it, FeSO4. Concentrated at the side, inside, that is important, not outside. Right? Add slowly inside of the test tube. Right? Slowly drop wise. What will happen? You get a brown ring. Right? Concentrate carefully to the added to the side of the test tube. A junction between the junction of 2 layers is formed. Here one layer, here one layer. You will get a brown ring. A brown ring is obtained. This is due to formation of, what is this? This brown ring. This is formation of nitrosoferrous sulfate. Now the test tube is, if you shake the test tube, what will happen? The two liquid mix together. They mix together. Right? The brown ring spread everywhere. The brown ring spreads throughout. Heat is produced and dissociate ferrous sulfate. It dissociates into ferrous sulfate and nitric oxide so that the color disappear. The color disappear. This is called basis of brown ring test. Is it clear? Therefore, we have covered about 2 or 3 questions on the NEET. I don't know what form they'll ask. See, it is like a world affair. For an interview, you are going for IAS or IPS exams, right? Now for competitive exams, you have to prepare. Only 10, 15, 20 minutes. Just go through and repeat several times and work it out. You prepare your own notes and go through different videos, teachers, your tuition notes, discuss with the teachers, different teachers. And if you have any doubts, you just give to me. My role is as a parent, academic parent for you people, right? And our college management is take what is that, every day they call us how many students are asking what are the doubts, if you have any help. That type of help I don't think any management will be giving you. And in fact the students who are joining now that college is not an advertisement or something, right? There they all are educationists, freedom fighters, and philanthropists all joined together. The only purpose is to educate and want to make our country as a superpower. Therefore, and all of you free students, you can come and discuss with the different teachers, take a career guidance advice from them. And not only our college, different colleges in Bangalore they are doing it. And we make together our India as a superpower, right? Thank you.